Good morning, everyone. This is Nicole Ali. I'm going to turn my screen around, so I'll put the link to this video in the description box. This came from the Zowet Morning Show. I give his platform a lot of respect. He was once on T Radio V, as you can see on the screen, but this was published, July 20th, 2015, 3 years ago, almost exactly 3 years ago. This is July, so we're in June right now. So a little bit less than 3 years exactly. But I thought it was important to bring this type of information forward. I will, like I said, leave a link. I'll also leave a link to Dr. Phil Valentine's video about melanin as well. But I'm going to play a few clips. Excuse me for trying to find the clips here. I know that this program is almost 2 hours long, as you can see. So I'm going to play a clip from a TED Talk. I don't remember the young lady's name. She is a Caucasoid. However, she is bringing forth some good information. And I will try to find the links to that TED Talk as well. So here we go. Let me turn up my volume. Yep, it's up. Okay, and also there are some other videos below here. One was from Zowet Morning Show from February 23rd, 2015. What were we called before we were called black? That one was very important. Jeff Brown was there discussing that with, I believe, Kevin Barringer. Kevin, who is, in my opinion, a beautiful chocolate man. I'm just going to say that, put that out there. Then there were others here, Corey Holcomb Show. And then you also have, of course, Information Man Show. His links are here as well as videos are shown here. So I'm going to get into this video, and I'll try to find the spots that correlate with excuse me, with my message about melanin.
And humans dispersed not once but twice, major moves outside of our equatorial homeland from Africa into other parts of the old world and most recently into the new world. When humans dispersed into these latitudes, what did they face? Well, conditions were significantly colder, but they were also less intense with respect to the ultraviolet regime. So if we're somewhere in the northern hemisphere, look at what's happening to the ultraviolet radiation. We're still getting a dose of UVA, but all of the UVB, or nearly all of it, is dissipated through the thickness of the atmosphere. In the winter, when you are skiing in the Alps, you may experience ultraviolet radiation, but it's all UVA, and significantly, that UVA has no ability to make vitamin D in your skin. So people inhabiting northern hemispheric environments were bereft of the potential to make vitamin D in their skin for most of the year. This had tremendous consequences for the evolution of human skin pigmentation, because what happened, in order to ensure health and well-being, these lineages of people dispersing into the northern hemisphere lost their pigmentation. There was natural...
Now this is a theory. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. What she's hypothesizing is that Africans, highly melanated, crystal black, as Dr. Frances Cress Welsing describes them, left Africa, which makes not much sense at all to me, to an area of lower UVB rays, lower temperatures, and a lower potential of finding food and areas to cohabitate, meaning less environmental resources to build structures and habitats. That makes no sense to me. But people have their own hypotheses about this because there are 5 layers of skin, and over time it takes so many generations for the skin pigmentation to decrease, meaning that you're getting whiter. However, across the board, it makes no sense as a standing hypothesis, because another hypothesis, which is I'm more inclined to believe, it's because it's more scientific, includes the observation of Inuit people who are still highly melanated and dark, who still maintain their African phenotype. And as far as I understand from reading articles, they maintained an African genotype as well. Because people who live in Alaska, people who live in Antarctica, for instance, who are dark, who are native to that land, still succumb to diseases that African Americans and Africans on the continent succumb to. You know, when they are around those caucasoids who bring death, destruction, disease, and what's the other D? Death, destruction, disease, and deception with them. They, the people there, the native people there, begin to have all these diseases all out of the blue, all of a sudden. So I'm going to continue, and of course leave your comments in the comment section for each section of the video. If you want to leave your comments based on the timestamps, that would be great. So let's continue further.
Natural selection for the evolution of lightly pigmented skin.
Background. Let's talk about melanin inside chaga and melanin.
So let me stop it again. This is a clip from a PowerPoint presentation that was given at the International Cell Pigmentation Consortium. It's a group of Europeans who are discussing melanin and melanogenesis, melanoma, melanocytes. I wish they had a conference to discuss how they can produce and formulate better sunscreen. Shout out to Lisa Cabrera on that. So they can stop having all these Dragon Ball red spots and burns all over their bodies. Can they have a conference for that? That would be great. Anyway, I digress. They had this melanin conference, and what he's talking about is the composition of melanin and how the lack of melanin affects even plants, and therefore, since humans, Hueman, humans, are of the earth and of the physical representation of God, it shows the difference in he's going to show eggplants that have melanin and those that lack melanin by knockout mutations.
And inside the body. So it absorbs thousands of times more electromagnetic radiation actually than chlorophyll does. And chlorophyll is what we need to make proteins and sugars, especially sugars in the body. It exists in many other tissues, as I mentioned. It's actually a very important molecule in any woman who's having a baby, because the fetus has all this melanin in it, as I'll show you. Okay? And it's thought to be, by some people, a master molecule that actually steers how the body communicates. For example, Frank Barr, a scientist, wrote a whole article, a whole issue of a journal called Medical Hypothesis, saying, you know, melanin is such a special molecule and it's found in the babies. It may have a major role in steering things in the body, in the whole regulatory system. Melanin's role in embryological organization, that's in the baby's organization, and tissue repair and tissue regeneration may be connected to the major role that it plays to balance the body, that's called homeostasis, in the autonomic, neuroendocrine, and immunological system.
So this is why it's important to know that they put such a significance on abortion. They put such a significance on studying stem cells Henrietta Lacks comes to mind. So that's just another point I wanted to add in there.
In other words, melanin may play a much bigger role than just absorbing all this radiation, and when you get it into your body, it actually has a major effect on your immune system. Here's a picture of a baby at 35 days of pregnancy, and this is the eye of an embryo inside a mother. It's a very tiny little thing. Notice that the eye is pure melanin. That's an amazing picture, isn't it? To see all this melanin is inside, and when the embryo first forms, there is what's called the dark streak. It's all melanin. Okay, here's an example of a plant. It's an eggplant that has melanin in it, and a genetically changed one that is no melanin in it. Notice the size of the two difference. I mean, this is an indirect indication that melanin, directly can transduce energy.
That's not an indirect indication. It's a direct indication. The streak he was talking about, the melanin streak, germline streak, also occurs in beans. It occurs in most animals, squirrels, birds. You have that streak occur with aviary animals, birds. Within the egg, you see that streak occur when a woman is pregnant. Anyone who's out there who's been pregnant, and I've seen many pregnant women with bathing suits or even under their clothes. You can see it if they have thin enough clothing. You can see the line that goes down the middle of the stomach, and that is a reflection of what is occurring inside with the embryo growing more and more. And I don't even like calling it an embryo. It's a baby. It's a child. It's a human being. And that's a direct indicator of melanin being produced. I don't see this on Caucasoid women who are pregnant, but I do see it on non-white, specifically black women, that occurs. So this is getting back into their show. And I think I'm going to let Zoe say a few words here, and then I'm going to try to advance forward to when Phil Valentine was coming on. I may shorten this and just have it in parts, so just look out for that as well.
So while you're studying the Real Housewives of Common Motherfuckers, they studying us.
Yep.
So this brings us to today's topic. Got melanin? God's sunscreen? That's today's topic. Got melanin, God's sunscreen. A deeper look into the meaning and origin of skin color. Does it matter? We live in a colorblind society now. It doesn't matter. We're all one. We're humans. It's love. It's kumbaya. Right.
Exactly.
I'm asking these questions because I think it's important to know. What is melanin? Right? How is melanin produced in the body? Why is it significant? Why are they holding conferences? The brother in the first video said, Europeans are holding melanin conferences and not one melanated scientist is there during these conferences. What is that about? And how come our folk, the folk that are melanated, A, out of the loop, and then B, when they get put in the loop, C, don't give two shakes of a fat rat's ass about being in that loop? Kind of bothers me something's happening.
26s and Jordans, nigga. 26s and Jordans.
You feel me?
That's on my mind.
Do Caucasian people have melanin? What are the physical/spiritual attributes of melanin? Are blacks superior because of the melanin content in their being? If the black eggplant is, didn't they used to call the brothers eggplants?
Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw that.
Eggplant.
Hey, you fucking mullion.
Hey, shine my shoes.
I'm just saying. Were our ancestors aware of melanin and its physical and spiritual properties and attributes? And if they were aware, why do we somehow not give two shakes of a fat rat's ass about it today. I mean, when you talk to these kids, they're totally unaware of the significance of your skin color. A lot of them are really just on some old light skin. I mean, really locked into that, right?
Is that why I've never seen a dark-skinned dude lose a fight to a light-skinned dude? I'm just talking about what I've seen. I've never. If I see a dark-skinned dude and a light-skinned dude getting ready to fight, I got 50 on the dark-skinned dude.
You could lose your money though.
It hasn't happened yet, but I believe that.
You can lose your money now.
It's some ass whooping light skin.
It's some ass whooping night. I'm telling you now.
Oh, speaking of that, shout out to Sinbad.
I'm just telling you, it's some ass whooping out there for you.
Roy Jones Jr.
So I'm going to come back. That was their little exchange after the video with the Melanin Conference and the TED Talk. I'll leave links in the description box, but I'll come back with another video, part 2, 3, 4, however long it takes to get through this discussion. I hope we can have a discussion about this on the Hangout. I can play a couple clips and we can go from there. But you all, I hope you enjoyed the video. You have Zoe Williams in the red. Peace to him. He is excellent. He has a lot of excellent commentary. He has a show right now. It's still going on, Zoe What, but it's coming through, I think, Mevo. And they talk about relationships. They talk about social commentary, politics, economics, the whole gamut. From my perspective, and I'll try to put a link to his channel. You have Jeff Brown in the pink. He's a comedian. He's also a social commentator. He has a lot of good information too, and I'll leave a link to his channel. Bobby Glanton Smith is the older gentleman in a black t-shirt. Very good commentary, very funny. He used to be on Corey Holcomb's 5150 show when they were at RMC Radio with Darlene and Zoe and Corey. Then to the far right, you have my chocolate Jesus. Have African Jesus. You have Kevin on the right. He does a lot with more science. He knows a lot about science, technology. I think he talked about Bitcoin. He's also talked about, I think, passports and classifications, things like that, and history. His main thing is history, knowing your history. He promotes Black's Law book a lot. He's like, if you don't know the law, you don't know how to protect yourself. And I'll try to find a link to his Facebook page or a link to his YouTube channel if he has one, and leave that for you. And the juices on the table, if you can see, there's some bottles on the table. They're drinking juice. There's a young man, Hassan. I forget his last name, but I think his first name is Hassan. Black man. He has this company called We Juice. And I'll try to leave a link to his company website in the description box, or, look in the description box or the comment section, and you'll find these links. I hope you enjoyed the video so far. This is part 1 of Got Melanin, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy your Friday.